Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Gardens, the Untold Story with Mr. Andy Lopez and myself, Ken Somerville, the crazy one. Hey, Shadow Mech. And hey, Andy, what are you doing on the chat, man?
What do you mean the crazy one? I am the crazy one.
Oh, you're the crazy guy. Okay,
How could you be the crazy one? I'm not talking. I'm not doing this show anymore. I'm going to go over here to the corner.
I think we're both a little crazy, Andy, or we wouldn't be doing this every week.
Man, this is the best fun. I have so much fun doing this, and I really enjoy meeting all the wonderful people that come here. And we're going to have more and more. It's just a process. You have to believe in what you're doing, enjoy what you're doing. I mean, I have such a great time just spitting out shit that comes out of my body, right? Just keeps talking to people and helping them. And today we have a really cool show, right? You know, right? Cosmic gardening, harnessing the energy of the universe for healthy plants. How cool is that?
Oh, it's amazing because there is so much more to this. That's why we called this the Untold Story, because these are the parts of the conversation that don't really get talked about. You know, cosmic gardening, the energy flow coming from the universe that affects us and our plants and the animals here. And we need to be talking about this because it is a synergistic relationship, you know, between the cosmos that's out there and us and this planet.
When I started Invisible Gardener, it was 1970. Mm-hmm. Hi, silly Lily. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I started. Good night. I started the Invisible Garden in 1970, and even then I was already tuning in, so to speak, because I really, really believed in listening. And the cool part about listening is you don't just listen to yourself, because that's not listening. You listen to the trees, you listen to the earth, you listen to the bugs, the ants. I have a book called Dances with Ants, and it's basically teaching people how to communicate with ants. And that's how I got the name Invisible Gardener. I was telling some people this morning, the real gardeners are the soul biology. The real invisible gardeners are like the hidden army, right? They're like a hidden army of workers. I like invisible gardeners because you don't really see them. You know, they're there. You know, and so I started immediately tapping in. One of the things about this whole cosmic energy thing is that you cannot ignore it. You can't really ignore it. All you have to do is sit down someplace where you're not being attacked with this energy, you know, electricity, Wi-Fi, all those things. I live next to a woods, which at least has some space. But if you sit down and you can actually feel the energy, you can actually feel the energy, and it's so. Oh, is that what is that? Is that a finger?
No, that's hands clapping.
Like that, right? Yeah. Oh. So, and then throughout the years, I've been keeping an eye on what other people are doing in terms of energy gardening. Because they like to be able to. They realize that electricity, the ways to channel that electricity in the air into the soil, the way trees normally do it, you can imitate that. And all throughout my experience, I've been reading about people that is exactly what they do. I talked a little bit last time about an orgone accumulator, right? Do you remember I talked a little bit about that and how William Reich was into it? And so I've studied the Royal Rife system. Is really cool because he said these are frequencies and this is how you use them. You know, and the same thing with Bach flower remedies and the Bach energy frequencies. And so the thing that we want to tie into and realize that energy and matter are the same thing, just two different aspects of the same thing. Color and sound are the same thing. As I said before, all trace minerals have a color and a frequency that correspond with it. And what's really cool is that the same, but we can be trapped in a bubble of our own ignorance.
Yes, exactly, Ghetto. That's very true.
and that is the key to. That's actually the key to why it's called awakening. That's why enlightenment is all about. You realize you pop the bubble, and you're not afraid. People are afraid to pop the bubble because they don't know what's out there. or at least they think they don't know what's out there. And it also comes down to a lot of people are separated. They actually shield themselves from everything, all forms of energy that the universe provides. We live in a field, literally in a ocean of energy. You don't even have to look very far than yourself, because the cells in our body are also made from atoms. If you go down to the atoms, you're going to find they're made of energy. And so we're also made of the very same energy. And so that our consciousness is another form of energy, but it connects us to all these energy fields. It shows us how we can live with other animals like birds and bees. They go, "What are you talking about, energy? What is it? What is this deal with this energy? You need to be connected." They don't. In one way, they're lucky because they are already connected. They don't have to worry about any of that stuff, right?
Their head hasn't got in the way of the connection.
That's exactly it. One of the things that we have is our brain function, and the devil made me do it. Well, that's our brain. Our brain is very earthly. It's very bound to our physical bodies. It's very bound to habits. It's very bound to genetically. We are structured to think a certain way. You not only get that from your mom and dad, but you get it from their mom and dad. You get it from their mom and dad, and their mom and dad. It's all the genetically laid upon us how to react, how to act, how to deal with nature. And so the true awakening aspect of it is like, no, I'm not bound by these genetic traits that I have to fulfill, and it has a lot to do with fear. And the thing about energetic gardening is that really it encompasses. I call it cosmic gardening because I understand exactly where the energy comes from. Remember, we talked about cosmic rays. They shoot through the earth. Well, there are like trillions and trillions of cosmic rays, so many different varieties. And we are, the setup we have here, it actually absorbs everything that shoots through the earth. Everything comes through the earth. One place or another absorbs it and generates it back out again, which is so cool. It's like having a giant antenna that absorbs every rays that comes through it. I mean, we have so many different kinds of cosmic rays, and these rays generate from other energies that are trillions and trillions of miles away. Like I was talking to somebody about a black hole. When the black hole goes, remember we talked about the wave that it sends out? Across the universe in less in a nanosecond, you go, whoo, you're at the other end of the universe. What the heck? That's faster than light. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
And so
think, Andy, if you're driving along, out in outer space, and you're doing the speed of light, and you turn on your headlights, does that mean you're going double the speed of light, or the light is going double the speed of light?
No, the light's not going to go any faster than your eyes. As a matter of fact, if you're going the speed of light, and that's the speed of light, that's the speed of light. That's as fast as you're going to go. Speed of light happens to be very slow. There are other things that are much, much faster. They're instant. Right. So the speed of your consciousness is that you can't measure that. It's a billion trillion times the speed of light. Light is a physical matter that's limited by certain physical laws. See, that's the whole thing about light. And we live in a physical universe, but also we live in an energetic universe, an energy universe that allows us to tap into that energy. So when we talk about cosmic gardening, we're not just talking about gardening fruit trees and vegetables. We're talking about ourselves. Yeah, we're talking about ourselves being the garden that we reap, that we take care of. And the garden is so cool because it allows us to experience and to be aware of so many things. And our consciousness is really unique in the system, this whole universe here. Our consciousness, because we have the ability to be aware of that consciousness and expand to the whole consciousness. Talk to an animal. Can you expand your consciousness to be aware? I mean, or even a gorilla or anything like that, they don't have that ability. They're more like right here. Here I am in this body. I'm going to eat. I'm going to have sex. I'm going to die, and I'm happy. Right? Whereas us human beings can say, and as soon as you meditate, as soon as you find a way to tune into that, and that's why in nature, for example, Mother Nature said, if you eat this, the transceiver, exactly right. And it is. And I like Hip because he's absolutely correct. We have this
Yep.
ability to receive and send. And it's so cool. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. And you can act like a zombie and turn it off, not be connected, not understand what's going around you, or you can turn it on. But at the same token, you can also send and receive. It's really very cool. And that's the key to that's our consciousness. That's the ability of our consciousness to control energy and matter. So this whole thing about I was talking to somebody just today about, okay, how do you structure water?
Right.
What is it you have to do physically to structure water? Because there's a physical way to structure water, and there's a non-physical way to structure water. You see, because that's what's so cool about it. You can have a scientist create devices, which they do. They have devices that'll structure the water according to the frequency you want. Lots of things you can buy that'll do that for you. There's a generator that Hilda Clark put together. You attach that to generate certain frequency, then you know the water is vibrating at that frequency. But our consciousness also can vibrate at that frequency and create the same thing. You could not tell the difference. That's what's so cool about cosmic.
Well, have you ever looked at I know I put a funnel together and I put marbles in it, and I would pour my water over the marbles, and you could literally taste the difference between water that I didn't put through the marbles and the water that I did. That's energizing the water.
Let me explain that to you a little bit. Okay,
please.
So your consciousness, you, person who you are, says to yourself, I'm going to get these marbles. I'm going to put them there. The marbles are going to be very special. I'm going to pour the water through, and the water is going to take in the energy of the marbles. The water is going to become structured, be very clear and very pure. You're doing that.
Okay.
You can put anything in there and flow it over. As long as you decide that that's what's going to happen and that's real to you, you're doing that. Because in reality, that's not exactly the way I do it, because I don't put marbles in. I will put gems. I know this gem has a certain frequency, and then when you you don't need to run the water through it. You can actually let it sit in the water or have it anywhere near the water. Intent. The intent is it's it. Your consciousness is saying, okay, this frequency is going to end up. This frequency of this gem is going to end up in this water. But you just don't do it that way. You have to. There's a certain way that I've learned that makes it work, because it increases the intent, and the intent, if it's done correctly, will actually work. As opposed to I'm just going to do it and see what happens, right?
Now, have you seen the people that put on their pipe, they put love, happiness, joy, right on the pipe that they're using to pull their water from?
Right. So
is that the same kind of intent, or are you embedding it in the word?
So one of the things that people start to realize right away, and as scientists and a variety of other one reason why mathematicians or mathematics, people who are with math are so interested in this, because the remember at the beginning was the word, and the word was the word is a vocalization of this energy, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that people need to realize is that, for example, you write love, the word love, L-O-V-E. Your conscious automatically tunes into the vibration and frequency of love. You don't have, unless you write it in whatever, because the book called Images of Water, he did it in different languages, amor, right? They bring up the same what's that? Ultrasound, movie called Ultrasound.
I recently saw a movie called Ultrasound. They use certain frequencies to hypnotize people. It was trippy.
So we can talk about that also too, but I was trying to get together and say, okay, so when you do, you can write hate. You have this energy of hate, right?
Yeah.
So again, being able to guide your intent is very important. So when you write it down, your brain is going, okay, love. And then you got and then that love, that frequency. So in other words, the written down word is also the same thing as a number.
Right.
That's a certain frequency. And that frequency can be transferred to the water. You also have to clean the water first. You can't just take water, put it on through there, and bingo. You
So
have to.
just like a crystal that you get, you're always supposed to clear it first and put your intent and energy into
Right,
it. So you're
right,
saying they do the same thing with the water.
right. So what I do is if I work with water, first of all, I cleanse the water simply by exposing it to my own. So I have my own organic accumulator that I make as a device that generates a certain frequency. And the way I do it, the
Right.
way I cleanse it, I also use tachyons. Tachyon is a
Okay.
form of energy the universe produces. A friend of mine, they figured out a way to make it into little crystals, matter.
Cool.
And you take that, and you expose it to especially to water, because water is very easily to restructure. It's a lot easier to restructure water that's flowing as opposed to metal, which is not, right? You know what I mean? Uh,
Okay.
but so I have a device, and I put the water in there, and I leave it alone. I have a close in a little box, and overnight I leave it in there because I know that in the morning when I take it out, the tachyons will have restructured the water to that where
Right.
it's so you think of it this way: it's a hard drive. You erase the hard drive, it's clear, it's open now. You can put information into it. If the hard
Okay.
drive is full, already written to, you can't do anything to it.
Makes sense.
So
You
that's
know,
basically what I visualize. Okay, this is a hard drive. I'm going to delete the hard drive, have it empty, and then I'm going to put my own stuff on it. See,
hmm
right? So I've learned to physically emphasize, because I can sit down and think that, but it's a billion times more powerful if you actually manifest it in some physical form.
Now, I have a question for you because I know
No,
I used to do healing energy, etc. And one of the methodologies was to do breath work to raise your vibration higher. Would that work with the energizing the water and the crystals, etc.? If you raise your vibration that much higher by breath work, that it would give more energy into the water?
okay, I'll tell you something. I'm an alien. I'm not from here. I'm just passing through. Actually, I came here on purpose. It's a long story. I got
You got kicked out, okay? You're hitchhiking again.
I got volunteered. But here's the thing. So whenever I'm working with gem elixirs or with energy, I have to be in a certain place. Otherwise, I
Okay.
can't be. I'm not smoking. I'm not drinking. I have
So you're
to.
talking a mental place, not a physical place.
That's right. Exactly right. So it
Okay.
helps meditate. It helps you learn how to do. Uh, there are various different, because I use Qigong. I know how to do a little bit of Tai Chi and various different things that allows your body to then be ready and free of any free. You can't be thinking stress. You can't be thinking sex. You can't be thinking anything other than your intent has to be very clear. I am too funny. I love you. Okay, too. Thank you, Silly. So so the so breathing helps you to relax, helps you to settle down, helps so that you do whatever it takes you to get in that state of mind. You certainly
Yeah.
cannot work with energy if your energy is already fried. If you're like you're trying to do something, it is not going to work. So yeah, you have to. Uh, uh, and there are different techniques. I also do Kundalini, which is really cool. Fire breath, it teaches how breathing. So you learn the
Kundalini
system of
yoga. Yeah.
breathing to control yourself. You also learn to see how you feel. If your body's going da 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 da, you're going, okay, what's going on, right? Why am I so freaked out now? What is going on? So you can't do those things. You have to find. You have to do like multitasking in your brain.
Okay.
Things that's going on in your life, you got to put them over there, and you have to be here with this because your brain will not function. And what I learned is called brain tapping, because your body's one thing. See, if you can get your body to relax and your brain to relax, then
hmm
then you can definitely work the intent. But if your brain is going, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to do that. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you go. Next thing you know, what are you doing? I'm fighting with myself. Okay, all right, fine. Doesn't
Yeah.
work. Because I've learned a lot. A lot has to do with food, right? The food. If you eat something, see, my problem with eating, well, it's always been I hate junk food. I just can't
Yeah.
handle food that's not food. It has no energy into it whatsoever, right?
hmm
Chia, what is it? CIA, what does Ghetto Happy say here? Bring that one up. What is that?
You might enjoy checking out the CIA MK Ultra and Hollywood Victor. He was responding to Victor
Oh,
talking about the ultrasound movie.
ultrasound movie. I should watch it, but I know what it's about. It's using sound to affect the molecules in your water in your body. It's water.
Yeah. Well, we're 97%
You know,
water.
and
You
they have
know.
and scientists have realized a long time ago, and they're saying it again. We can cure diseases by simply through sound.
Mm-hmm.
Simply through sound, especially now with AI saying, "Hey, why don't we use this frequency to kill that without hurting anything else?" That's what they're doing, and that's in essence what Gem Elixir is really about. What the Gem Elixir is, when I do Gem Elixir is really about. I'll tell you a secret. It's really about retraining people's minds. People's that when people have an illness, the first thing
Right.
you can't go to them and say, "Look, you're sick. I want you to take 2 pills. I want you to do this. You do that." You can't do that because they'll say, "No, I'm fine. Everything's fine here." But so what the Gem Elixirs do is at first they have to believe. They don't believe it is not going to work.
Right.
So if you say, "I'm going to make you a Gem Elixir that's going to help you," all you got to do is talk to it, right? All you got to do is talk to it and say, "Hey, give me a hand here." You don't talk to it. I've done this before so many times, and I think what I have to do is charge $10,000 for it. Then you will pay attention because people come to me and
Yes.
say, "You charge a lot of money. They're going to pay attention for it." Because my thing has always been really help people. So I tell people, "I'll make some gem elixirs for you. This will help you. You like it. You can bring me some more gems." Volunteer that I continue the process. But that is what. So the gem elixirs are really all about is controlling your mind in such a way that your mind relaxes and allows you, the person in this body, go, "Wow, this is cool. I'm open to this. I believe in this. I don't have to fear that." And you'd be happy, but you can't be happy expecting other people to do stuff for you. You have to basically do your life. You have to do your thing, right? So that's all that really does, and that's one reason why it works really good with very young people and very old people, because they're very susceptible to this. They're very susceptible, and it works excellently. For example, when I grew up, it was a Spanish culture. They really love this stuff.
Yeah.
So I told you about Santera religions, the Buddha and Christianity blended together. My mom was in charge of that for a long, long time. And that's how she taught me how to do these different kinds of readings and kind of stuff. They believe in that totally. Until they would come to the house and say, "I have voodoo. That's a curse on my family. Who do I kill? What do I do? Do I kill this chicken?" I would say, "Take this gem, bury it, you're done." And they would believe that, and it works.
Well, yeah, we are so powerful in ourselves that as long as we believe it's possible and we believe it's the truth, that becomes the truth.
That's a nutshell. So one of my meditations, I go to sleep and I start to envision what my bank account would look like.
Yeah.
So I thought a week or two ago it was like $100. I would go the next day. It was like, "Oh, look, it went up to $1,000. Last night it was up to $37,490,000 in my bank account.
Hey, can I get a loan?
37 billion. And I've been visualizing living on a tropical island, and my family comes and visits. My friends come and visit. I give my friend, "You want another million? Here's $1 million." I believe that the more you give, the more you receive.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing lately. Really enjoying. And to me, see, the whole thing about consciousness and energy is very interesting too. Maybe someday I'll talk about a fractal. You know what a fractal is?
I think I might, but maybe there's a different definition that you have.
We're going to have, well, while we're talking, you can look up fractal on your computer and see if you can bring up a fractal. And you might be able to do that, but there's actually a formula. Because a fractal is in my opinion, a visual representation of the universe, of the way the universe.
We talked about this before. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And so the fractal is a formula. And it's called the God formula. And when you do it, and I had a vision of that formula. I wrote it down a long time ago. And I'm watching this YouTube channel. The guy's talking about the formula, and I go look for it, and I found it. You go, shit, it's the same formula. There you go. There's a fractal. See, so these fractals here. If click on any one of them, you'll see like the one on top, the orange one, any one of those, right? So and maybe blow it up a little more.
That's let's see.
So what happens is that the people who do videos of these fractals, you can see them moving. You know how they go in smaller and smaller and smaller. So within this, these fractals they repeat themselves endlessly in smaller or endlessly larger. Okay, and so this is the way the universe works, because in a fractal, there is a point of peace, and the rest of it is chaos.
Right.
Okay, so that's what, and a fractal represents the way the universe is, the energy of the universe. It's written. You can visually see what people need to understand is that if you write down 482, the frequency of 482, the Earth's frequency, there's a visual aspect of it that comes along with that. And it's also a harmonic aspect, which is the frequency that comes along with that.
Right.
One of the things I would love to do, and I can actually do it, is show you what the Earth sounds like, or what the sun sounds like, the sound that it makes.
Cool.
The frequency that it makes. And we talk about it's a Schumann resonance.
Schumann resonance, yeah.
Right. And that's a certain frequency. Every planet has a certain frequency, which is really very cool. The universe has a certain frequency, and there's one. It's called it's what is it called? The music of the spheres. It's the closest you can get to it. And our galaxy, our solar system, has a certain frequency that it vibrates at.
Yeah.
And everything vibrates at a certain frequency, and we can tune into that. And those things are visually, you can see it, and you can also hear it. That's why the word love is a certain frequency that transfers to energy, and that energy is that's why love is such a powerful force.
Yeah,
exactly. Sacred geometry. These are, you understand that that's why a mudra. You know what a mudra is?
No, I don't think I've ever heard that phrase.
A mudra is a certain positions of your hands or your body.
Okay.
They represent a certain geometry, a certain way that your energy gets exposed. That's why a pyramid is so intense. A pyramid is a certain frequency because of the geometry that is made, or vice versa. Maybe the frequency causes the geometry, or geometry causes the frequency. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's actually the same thing. And it's so cool. And so the whole thing about cosmic gardening is that you have an endless array of all this type of energy that you can use, not just in the garden. So ideal society be one that actually uses the cosmic gardening in the way civilization grows, because the way we do it now, we destroy things, right? We destroy things, and we cause toxins. We're not in harmony with what we could be doing. We're not doing things that are producing a harmony and love and all this stuff. So that's the frequency that we have to deal with. The frequency of electricity is anti-life. It's not very good for our cells. Nuclear power, the radiation, is not very good. I mean, in this universe, there's a point of peace, which right now happens to be the Earth. This solar system right here, this planet is a focal point of this peace. Look everywhere else, you're going to see chaos and death.
Yeah.
Everywhere else. And it's like, okay, so does that mean this is the only place in the whole universe? No, there are many universes. They all have the same. If you look at because the practice tells you as above, so below. So here we have this little, so you expand it to the universe, you expand it to another universe, you expand it to the galaxy. It's the same thing. It keeps on going. To me, I think we're inside a big, endless being body. We're the little microbes inside this being's body, okay? You know, that's one reason why I like Silver Surfer, because you have Galacticon. Galacticon is a galaxy, but it's a body. Physical guy. Hello, Silver Surfer, you're going to surf me now. You know, and anything you can think of, actually there is a reality to it. So they
Mhm.
in the Doctor Strange and in those Marvel they talk about meta universe. They don't make this shit up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't make this shit up. It's actually their consciousness writes down the stuff. Oh, this is a good story, man. Yeah, right. You see,
Well,
because
what's the saying? Whatever the human mind can achieve, or whatever the human mind can believe, it can achieve.
exactly right. And so a lot of times when I see a movie, the guy is actually channeling the universe coming
Yeah.
across. And you say, "Whoa, this guy! I wonder if he knew he was saying this." That it was,
Tell me Gene Roddenberry wasn't channeling the universe, okay?
tell me that. Tell me that. Exactly right. And there's so many people, and the movies come out. There, you got to sit there. You have to listen to what the universe through that movie is telling you. You know, there's one called Look Up. Did you ever see that one? Called Look Up.
Look up. I don't think I did.
Yeah, it's about an asteroid that's going to come to blow up the Earth.
Yeah, I've seen most of those, but I don't remember. Is this something that's been in the last 5, 10 years? I haven't
Oh, yeah,
watched movies or TV in the last 15,
yeah,
20 years.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's oh, by the way, who has a sore back? Peter. Could you put Peter's thing up here for a second?
Yeah, doing better. Thanks. I've been stretching my sore back, trying every stretch on YouTube and found the ones that help me. Technology saves the day. Good for you, Peter. Glad to hear it, brother.
Remember, there's a law of cause and effect. Your body is just the effect. Your
Mm-hmm.
body is responding to an effect. And the part of your body is telling you what it's responding to. You have to key into that because, and it really comes down to, are you happy with yourself? Are you happy with what you're doing with your life? Are you stressed out because you're doing something that you really don't think you should be doing, but you're doing it anyway? Or any number. These are causes. These are causal. That's why they call it causal. And if
Yeah.
our body are just really, that's one thing. Eventually, we're going to do a show on kinesiology because this guy discovered, hey, I can talk to my body, and that body is really the
Yeah.
consciousness of God talking to the body. You know, you listen to yourself, that kind of stuff, right? And so
Yeah.
when your
Yeah.
body says, this is wrong with me, like for me recently, okay, so I've had pains everywhere, pain, 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 pain. And then
Mhm.
I watched this person channeling, which basically told me, your body is telling you got to stop doing the things that you're doing because you're not happy with your life. You're not doing the things that I was put here, I came here to do.
Right.
I'm not being true to myself. I'm listening to my parents. I'm angry at my mom or angry at my dad, which is not the case here, but it's a little slightly different. But it's, yeah, you have to learn that first. Yes, physical body can be healed, and that's good. The stretching is good. I learned it's a good thing to learn how to stretch and do that. That's why I do the
Yep.
yoga. Other things are good too, but your body will go right back to doing that again if you don't fix the reason why you're really literally not happy.
The underlying cause that's causing the
Exactly.
problem in the
Really,
first
literally
place.
not happy. That's why it goes back to cosmic gardening, because the only way you can really do cosmic gardening is you have to let go of all these fears, let go of all these energy restrictions. Don't be around people that suck your energy out. Be yourself, be that energy being that you are, and then you'll find
Yeah.
everything is really cool. Gardening, cosmic gardening, because the food that comes to you, the information that comes to you, you'll find yourself talking to somebody, and that's exactly the person you were looking for, whether or not it's
Yeah.
a master of this or a master. There are masters everywhere. They only come to you if your energy is open, because if you're
Yeah.
like a zombie, they're going to say, well, I'll talk to you later, buddy, because you're not even going to listen to a word I'm saying. I mean, I have friends that I keep telling them, because there's a homeless guy with somebody, and I gave the homeless guy $100. Why are you giving him $100? Don't you really need the money? Blah 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 blah. And I'm going, so you don't want me to give $100 to Jesus? Is that it? Is that the thing? Because what? How do you know this isn't some super master that just tested me and tested you. You just failed.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, hi, Scotty. You're late. Yeah, man, you're late. The world's going to end pretty soon. Yeah, I feel my best when I'm in it. Right. Yeah, that's it. Exactly right. Because you let go, you listen, you relax. Next thing you know, you find yourself and you're in this amazing universe, in this amazing place. And right now, we're going through this change, and people still have a hard time understanding what this change is all about, the Aquarian age and all this kind of stuff. And I keep telling people, we're on the Earth revolving. The Earth is revolving around the sun. The sun is revolving around the solar system. Solar system is revolving around the galaxy. Where do you think we're revolving in? We're staying in one place? No, we're moving to space. And space is different densities, different frequencies. That's why a long time ago they said this is Aquarian age, Piscean age. Basically, different spaces, different frequencies, different energy. So the Aquarian age, exactly, brother, it's not so much their minds. They need to stop dealing with the mind and expand yourself, because you have the ability to think outside the mind.
Use the heart.
That's where love comes in. Exactly right. So you can go outside. You have to let the mind do what the mind does best, which is basically it's tell you it's time to run, right? It's time to hide. It's time, it's like survival. We got to do this. We got to do that. And
the wolves are coming. Run! The wolves are coming.
That's what the mind does to you. But so you have to let go of that. You have to give the mind something to do. That's why it's called brain tapping, right? Brain tapping basically training your mind to listen to that, to pay attention to that, and then you can sneak off and do whatever it is you want to do and enjoy yourself until the mind comes back again. Oh, gotcha. You know what I mean, right? And that's what it's really about. Open mind, open heart, open arms. And I like that. That's really good, because when you open heart, open arms, your mind automatically just relaxes, because there's nothing to fear. Exactly right. There's nothing, and that's what it's being used to control us. Fear. You need to buy this, or you're going to fucking die. You're going to die. You need to buy. You need to eat this. You need to do this. You need to do this now. Otherwise, they're going to take all your money from your bank. Everything is based upon, oh my God, I got to do it. And that's your mind going, oh my God, I got to do it. Another part of me says, I got to go pee. Right?
Drank too much water before the show, did you? Yeah.
I learned. And so to me, Invisible Gardener, see, everybody, I don't know if everybody is born with a specific task in mind in their life. I believe that they are. I believe you, brother, I've come into this planet with a specific task, and you feel really good when you're doing it. You say, wow, I'm in my zone here. I'm doing what I really like to do, and I'm helping people.
It resonates. When it resonates, you just want to keep doing it and keep doing it.
Exactly right. And so I feel for me that it's like I didn't get the name Invisible Gardener until the 70s. I was like maybe 21, something like that. So when I was young, I never saw the biology or any of those things. I just like gardening. I like the way I felt. Mm-hmm. My favorite thing in gardening, and don't tell anybody, is just sticking my hand in the ground and go, whoa, right? You feel the earth sucking in your negative energy and spitting out all these wonderful energies. You start to glow. So one of my early experiences, I decided to do this. I was going to play speakers to the ground. I would park the truck, put the speakers in the ground, and play my music in the ground to the ground.
Right.
I realized you don't really have to do that. You can just play them to the garden. Just put the speaker in the garden and play it. And you'll find that if you learn how to deal with the frequencies, the creatures, the insects, the birds, the biology, the trees, they all harmonize. They all go blah, blah, blah. They're all there doing their thing. And the science is recently, it's a really weird show I was watching the other day about how if you go through the nature, you start listening to everybody singing in harmony. You know how they would sing in harmony, different creatures, stuff. Yeah. And they're studying how that our use of energy and frequencies and all this short wave is disrupting them. They can't tune into each other to harmonize.
Right.
That's causing major damage to the ecosystem, to the trees and to the plants and to human beings. And so and there's a big difference when the creatures are all harmonizing together, and so I have to I'm believing that eventually human beings will evolve enough to where they understand that the best thing, it's better to ride the surf, right? In that sense, you get on the board, you go with the wave, and you do something that's harmonious with your environment, than to destroy the ocean and while you're trying to do something. Because we're going down this path that that's what nuclear power is all about. Nuclear power is creating something that stars, those things do it. Nothing lives around those things. So, maybe we shouldn't be doing that here because I have a friend that's idiot enough to say we're going to evolve. So we have radiation. Yeah, we'll be fine. We're just going to evolve. In other words, we're going to die and not come back. We're not going to come back because these cells are not meant to be around radiation. Not this type of radiation.
Yeah.
So and for me, it's been a wonderful process because I'm going to be 75 within 2 weeks, by the way. So.
Oh, well, happy birthday. And you'll have to remind me in 2 weeks.
Send me money. I take eggs and I take, and so I feel fortunate that I'm doing this because I don't apply it just to the soil. That's why one of my shows is called From the Soul to the Soil. You want to apply it to everything. You want to apply it to everything that you do. So my whole thing is that I don't really want to kill the snails. I don't want to kill the ants. I don't want, I have a roly-polies that come in the house. I say, you guys are going to starve in here. I take them, don't kill me. They roll up into a ball and I take them outside. Go outside. They're coming in somehow. So I kind of feel like, what's the name of that guy that was a monk that liked all the animals? Do you know?
Oh, Noah?
No, that wasn't Noah. It was some monk priest guy that loved all the animals. He walked around all the animals who were around with him all the time. You people out there know what it is. Somebody wake
up. Dr. Doolittle, the movie?
No, that's on TV. That was on TV, man. No. This is like a real person that basically just you would know the name if it were to come up. That's what I'm telling the people here.
Jesus?
No, it was even Jesus was close, but no, it was some Saint Francis maybe.
Yeah, the list is saying Saint Francis.
Yeah, Saint Francis. I kind of feel like that, and that you have to be. That's one reason why I was telling you about eating meat. I don't like killing things.
Yeah.
So I internally I don't really like killing things, but we have a human body that eats a certain way, needs a certain type of energy to survive on, and so I accept that. I wrote a thing once a long time ago that we destroy everything. You can't take a step without destroying something. So when I would say I'm going to walk and not kill a single creature, right? Impossible. There's no way I can not step on an ant or step on something or do something that just destroys. Yes,
breathe. Huh? You're breathing in biology,
exactly,
and right. You're killing some of that biology by breathing it in. You're eating plants. The plants are in the biology's in the plant. When you're eating the plant, you're killing the biology. There's no way to survive on this planet without destroying something.
Exactly. Because I said, I'm not going to destroy anything. I said, no, you can't do it. You just can't. Because you can't do it. I have to eat. Yep. I have to walk. I got to breathe. I can't do this. And so I accepted the fact that these are certain things that we have to do.
And then choose your energy wisely on when you're doing that and giving thanks for that.
Right.
That's
we can do it. We can do it, but we have to have some consciousness about how we do it.
Yeah.
It's important that you just don't go around killing things, thinking they are here for us to kill. See, that's it. I remember somebody said, we're here because this is us to deal with as we want. We can kill, we can eat, we can do whatever we want to do because we're special. I'm going, yeah, I like that. That sounds like a really good, that sounds like a good idea. So the whole point in the cosmic gardening is we have to garden ourselves. Right? Yeah. We have to garden ourselves.
And like Scotty says, is catch, kill, or grow what you eat. Be thankful.
Exactly right. And a lot of people are not like that. They have this idea that everything is here for us to destroy, to do with us with it. The earth is here for us to do with as we wish, and it's not the case at all. And you'll find that I'm thinking Mother Nature is going to say, okay, excuse me, guys, that's it, bye. And,
Well, I think T-Rex probably felt the same way. Everything's just here for me to eat.
Yeah. And that's the thing with certain animals. They'll just, if they're strong enough and power enough, they'll take it. The strongest survive, that kind of stuff. That's okay. We are animals on a certain level. Yeah, we can go back to the animal level, the strongest survive, but we don't have to do that. We can actually live in harmony with our enemies. We can actually live in harmony with them. And, hey, brother, one of the things I like about Star Trek, Captain Kirk says, we're just not going to kill today.
What's that?
He says, we're just not going to kill today.
Yeah.
Right? We're just not going to kill today. It's like, oh, I like that. I think that's absolutely cool. I mean, there's so much stuff in Star Trek that, it's like a future that hopefully will happen here, and somewhere before I get too old, I like to see that happen. But I don't think so. I think it's going to be a process before we get off money, before we get off of religion. There's nothing wrong with religion, but the problem is that it's based upon fear. Yeah. Pay me your money, you're going to go to hell. that kind of stuff.
I don't mind religions. It's the psychos at the very top that I have problems with.
Exactly right. So there's nothing wrong with praying. There's nothing wrong with living a peaceful life. And you can meditate to God. You can talk to anybody, angels, saints. That's fine. Because you give other people the right to do so themselves. But when you start thinking you're better than them, you need to, pay me money, I'll kill you. That's gonna let them take, right? I think we went down the road during the Middle Ages when you had the castles, right? When we had these castles, and let them live outside the box. Let them live outside the castle. The lady said, "Let them eat cake." Remember that?
Yeah. Didn't they chop her head off shortly after that?
They certainly did. They certainly did.
Yeah.
So for me, it's so cool that we can do this, but it's pretty much never ending in terms of the way the energy is set up. You'll find that it's so easy to just be in harmony with nature and harmony with yourself. It's so easy to do. You just have to ignore everybody else. You just have to basically ignore everybody else. And I would love it if I talked to somebody today. She has a 300 acres in Oregon, I think it was. 300 acres. I'm going, gee whiz. Right? You know what I mean? Gee whiz. I want 300 acres. I want to move out to Oregon. And I said, let me live in your outhouse in the back out there, right? I'll take care of everything else. So live outside the box. It's like the boxes with a parentheses on it basically means, hey, it could be anything that restricts us, that causes us to live a life of disharmony. And your body will get sick. Your body will reflect your disharmony that's within you.
Yeah.
So anytime your muscle hurts, anything hurts, first thing you got to say is, okay, calm down, relax. What is it that you're stressed out about? What's going on? What are you doing? And as soon as you realize that because I have to be honest with myself, I have to say, okay, I think I'm stressed out because of this. Yes, you are. Right? Yeah. So you have to let go of that because a lot of these stress are man-made. They're not even real.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't go to a doctor anymore because the doctor will say, you're going to horribly die. You take this drug. I'm going, you're kidding me, right? Seriously? Mm-hmm. And I as a veteran, I'm 60% disabled. I can be more, but I just don't want to take the drugs they give you. So why don't you want to take these drugs? It's because I gave up after about the fifth side effects.
Yeah, exactly. Eh? The 50 pages of side effects.
Yeah, and it's really ridiculous. And both Medicare, because I also go to the Medicare doctor, and the Medicare doctor is so cool. He says, "Look, don't have to take any of these drugs. You're so healthy. We even know why." Because I said I'm allergic to junk food. I can't. I'm so bad. I can grab something, not even open this thing up, and get sick from it already. I can feel the sugar vibrating through the box into my hand. I go, my heart rate starts to go faster. I go, what the heck is that, right? And put it back. I have enough, right? And the water.
I got my dose today. Yeah.
I look at the water, and the water is toxic. My body says, you drink that, I'm going to complain. Or if you eat that, I'm going to complain. I'm going to throw such a big fart before you leave here, you can't stop it. Right? You know what I mean? And it's serious. It's that way, because if it doesn't have the energy, for me, because I'm really an idiot and I'm still a child, so when I see the beautiful color, I go, oh, pretty color. I see a bad color, oh, bad color. No good. Bad color, bad. See what I'm saying? And it's just, I feel grateful that way, but I see a lot of people taking in stuff and go, what are you doing? And their body's energy literally changes as you ingest that. Because instead of having sugar packet test, I think I know what you mean, because all you had to do is hold the sugar packet and you go, what the heck? It's like with kinesiology. So one of the things I do with people, here, hold this. And if you can hold it up there, you put your other hand out. One hand you hold it to your heart. If you can hold your hand out, push down. If you can hold it, it's good for you. If you can't hold it, it's bad for you. It's like,
that's what the sugar test is. I actually used to get a lot of drinks in the bar because I would tell the guy, okay, you hold your arm out and you hold, this young lady's going to pull on your arm. And if your arm drops when I do something, then you buy me drinks. If you can hold it up, I buy you drinks for the night. And I just take a package of sugar, put it in their other palm, and bang, right now their arm would go down. Or only lasts a couple of seconds, and then they can come back up. But as soon as that sugar hits their aura, hits the sweat on their palm, etc., it's instantly felt and reacted to.
And it's not just sugar. You're going to find, you take a piece of bread, put a piece of bread up there and see what happens. Or some other food that you were going to eat and see what happens. Your body goes, no, this is
able to eat anything, Andy.
Right. And then you end up eating nothing.
Yeah.
See? So, for me, I only eat because I'm being polite. Okay, I'm with this person, they're eating. I think I'll have a little salad. How could I go wrong with a salad? Well, they have stuff in the salad that prevents it from going bad.
Yeah.
And sugar doesn't only dampens, it destroys your immunity system. It makes it makes it so that your body's going.
It can't protect itself. Your biology can't protect it from it.
And you go, what the heck? What the heck? Right. And that's really bad. And it's getting worse. As far as I can see, it's getting worse because
they're putting more chemicals in our food.
The government said substitute sugar with local honey. Of course, honey is the best thing you can ever have. The best thing, as long as it even has the special the pollen you can get to. And what is it? What's the name of the thing that the queen eats? It's a nectar. It's a
royal jelly.
Royal jelly, right? I love the royal jelly. That's the way to go.
Yeah, and it's fermented bee pollen. Basically, is what royal jelly actually is.
I think that the powers that be, they want to make more money from you, so they have this thing. Let's make them drug down on the food so they buy more. They love sugar. Let's make the sugar sweeter so they buy more. Right?
Yeah.
And I've been fighting for the bees a long time ago when they were talking about bee colony collapse. I'm going, you guys know what you're talking about? Oh, we don't know why. Oh, sure. It's also because of the chemicals that the bee. Imagine a bee having to go on a field of corn that's genetically modified.
Yeah.
That colony is not going to last very long.
No, they get sick. I used to teach natural beekeeping, and bees are fascinating creatures. But as soon as they get mixed up with the chemicals, the pesticides, the herbicides, they're dead. Period.
And these guys have the balls to say, we don't know what's the cost here.
Yeah.
You're kidding me, right? You're absolutely kidding me. And so it's gotten really worse because now that's the salt it's not real. The sugar is not real. Wheat is not wheat. You should look at this movie called What's Up with Wheat. and it'll blow you away. You go, what the heck is this about? Weed is so toxic. It's used as a pesticide. It's used for paints. It's used for all kinds. It's not the same weed that we have evolved with. And bees do have a relationship with the fungi. Of course they do. They communicate with each other, and the fungi actually helps the bees. One of the things that when I spray my biology on things, people say, "Are you going to kill the bees?" No, the bees are like, "Hey, yeah, give me here, give me here." They're like, "Oh, this is wonderful." Yeah, because it harmonizes, it gets rid of all these other toxins that the bees would get. And I'd love to have a beehive myself, but in a city like Malibu is a little better, but couldn't do it in the valley. You couldn't do it in any real place because there's so much toxic. The air itself is toxic. So how can the bees survive? You know about the bird cage, you know, the miner's bird cage, that whole thing.
Okay, sorry, I was reading one of the comments. What did you say?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. There's a story about the miner's bird cage. They would take a bird cage down to the mine.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And
when the bird dies, you know there's a problem. You have to leave.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, every time a bird dies, we're just replacing another bird. Oh, everything's fine here. No problem. Yeah, that's what's going on. There's so many things that people have better start paying attention to. Brick blend of all natural spray, sugar, great.
And he's saying that's the evaporated cane juice.
Evaporated cane, it's organic evaporated cane juice. I don't think they have any chemical one because they don't really have to do anything to them. They grow really well. It depends. They're not doing it as well now in Florida because we really messed up the environment there. Canary in the coal mine. Yeah, right. Is it coal mine?
Yeah.
Coal. Exactly right.
Canary in the coal mine. Yeah.
Right. And there's lots of things that can be very associated with that because like with the ocean, you have the different animals that are starting to die now. I mean, it's a real mess, and I don't really see any real solution other than to get people off the planet. Just to say, okay, everybody off. Even then,
well, if we added in enough biology back into the system to balance things out, we can survive. If we can't do that, we don't have much of a future on this planet.
That's what it's about. See, the thing is, we don't really have a lot of time to bring the biology back because it takes a long time for the biology to come back. And if the climate change starts to get freezing, the biology will be under the ground there somewhere, but we won't be able to do anything with it. Let alone us survive. We have to figure out ways to. It's not going to be just a normal cold. Okay, guys. 3 a.m. Who goes to sleep at 3 a.m.? If it's 3 a.m.
I go to sleep earlier than that, or I try to anyway.
If it's 3 a.m., we might as well just stay up. So next week, what are we talking about next week? I just want to bring it up real fast. I think we're going to be doing exploring the connection between music and plants.
Okay.
And
yeah, I think that's next week. I'm
hoping that what I could do next week would be to actually share a screen so we can actually hear the sound. Because I have a whole bunch of, I call them inner gardening music because it's mainly they are for plants.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and so I like to be able to show you the frequencies for those things. But if I can't, then it's a matter of you're going to have to go listen to the music because a lot of them will tell you what the plants have to say about that.
Well, and people want to listen to your music, they can go onto your YouTube channel, find some of the stuff there, and they can also visit you on your SoundCloud, The Invisible Gardener, and get some of the music that you produce there. And a lot of it's binaural, so you need to wear headsets, but it really helps, with people.
All of it is binaural, or all of it really is. And that's another method of brain tuning. Your brain says, I can't handle this. I got to do something else. And then you slide in the frequency which your body then listens to.
Yeah.
So we'll be coming back. Indian food. I don't get that. I missed that part. Indian food. What about?
They're talking about stir fries and stuff in the chat.
These people, you have to control them. Come on.
I know, eh? I'm surprised Lily hasn't put chocolate in there somewhere because she's a chocoholic, okay?
Yeah, okay, man. She is. I used to be a chocoholic too. I'm glad You have to find good chocolate. It's hard to do these days. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like you have to make it yourself, you know?
Yeah.
But I
Okay,
really
guys.
appreciate being here.
You bet. Well, Andy, it is a pleasure every week to come on here and talk to you about this. You've got so many decades of experience. I
Not that
learn
old.
something new every time we have a
Only
discussion.
1 decade. Only 1 decade.
Oh, yes. The single 1,000-year decade one.
Single
Right,
1,000-year decade. Right, exactly. Okay, guys. See you all later. See you next week, okay?
You bet. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. And don't forget, we're back with the OGs Monday and the Soil Matters on Monday afternoon. We've got a fantastic guest on Monday. You're going to want to check that out. So other than that, we'll do an R&D later the week. And peace out, guys. We'll see you soon.